Hey, how you doing, guys? I thought I'd show you the solutions I use to power my R5C. The first one I'm going to show you is one that I haven't seen anybody else show yet. I don't know, it might be out there. This is fairly new, I believe. This for the R5C, I should say. They've been out for a while, but Core SWX. This is the Edge Link. They came out finally with a battery for the R5C. And what I mean by that is you could have used one of their older ones like people do with the Antoine Bauer, but they don't have the USB-C PD port. The Antoine Bauer doesn't have them. Well, the Core Edge Link now does for the R5C. It has a USB-C power delivery port. What that means is obviously you can run the camera with this battery 8K 60 full functionality. Now, you would have to plug in the USB-C cable from the port into the camera. So you plug it in, open up your door here, plug it into the USB-C up here, and there you go. Now you've got 8K 60 full functionality, right? But say you're like me and you're probably not going to be using 8K 60 very often, or if all. Well, in that situation, you can unhook this, take that off, close your door, and this is what I really like. I've got the dummy battery that Core makes, and it's a 6-inch run from the cable is. As you can see, it's right there, and the plug-in is right here. And what this will give you is 8K up to 30 frames a second, full functionality, and you can see it's got a V-tap underneath with a 1/4-20 for your tripod. So you can put a tripod plate on it, and what it will give you is 8K 30, full functionality. Obviously, like every other battery, you can run 8K 60. You can even run 8K 60 on the LPE6 NH batteries. You just don't get autofocus. If you want autofocus, you need a USB-C power delivery option, and this has it. Whereas the Antoine Bauer version, which is a lot more money, doesn't have that. It doesn't have a USB-C power delivery. How I saw this is they just came out with an infomercial on this on YouTube. Core SWX did. So that's where I saw it. And it went on sale at Adorama. They were having a flash sale. It came in, my email for $251. It might still be going for that. $251. And what $251 got you is the battery, and this came with it. This is the charger. This is a D-tap charger. That came with it. I bought this separate for, I think it was $29. It was either $19 or $29. I'm going to go with $29, but it might have been $19 for the dummy battery. I can't remember. And Core makes that. So it goes, the same company that makes the battery makes the dummy battery. I got that at Adorama because they were in stock. So this I really like. It's lightweight. The weight is under the camera. And where I first got turned on to these type of batteries was I was watching Armando Fiera. I think I'm saying his last name right. I hope I am. He has a YouTube channel, pretty decent size. He was doing a Antoine Bauer version on his Sony FX3. And I thought it looked really cool. I'm thinking, man, I'd like to do that with the Canon. And at that time, I was looking at that one because I'm like, I didn't really care about 8K 60. If I could do 8K 30 and below. Because I don't even know if I'll be using 8K 30 a whole lot because this oversamples in 4K from 8K. So anyways, I liked that setup. It's clean. As you can see, it's underneath the camera. It doesn't add a lot of weight. It doesn't, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of options there. You can mount additional V-mount batteries. You can stack these. That's the cool thing with the Core batteries. It's got the V-mount plate right there. It's also got the 1/4-20, so you can put any tripod plate you want on there or any other mounting option. This just seemed like the perfect setup. Now, like I said, I looked at the Antoine Bauers. They're always out of stock, and they're $400. This whole thing, what I just showed you, this with this, okay, and the dummy battery that I bought is $280. That's a hell of a buy, especially with this. Oh, and another thing, if you want to take it off, unplug this right here, right, and quick release. Here's the plate right here. They give you a tool, looks like a quarter, to unscrew it, and you can take the plate. I'm not going to take the plate off, but you can take the plate right off. So now, if you wanted to say, you know, throw in an LP6NH battery, take some pictures, and you didn't want this, you wanted to go super, you know, minimal, like the way the camera, like the R5, then that's how quick it is. Literally, drop this battery, boom. And you got two DTAP ports, you got two DTAP ports, you got the USB-C, and you've got a USB port. This is, if you got an R5C, and this is a 70 watt-hour battery, make sure you get the one for the R5, because there is another version of this out for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema, but it doesn't have the USB-C power delivery port. And that's what you're going to want if you've got an R5, because in case you want to use it at full, you know, full strength with 8K60 and full functionality, you're going to want this one. This is a fantastic, man. I am so glad I came across this. And like I said, I wanted to show you guys, because I really haven't seen anybody talk about this. You know, I've seen people mount them up different ways, like with the FX Lion, which I also got. This will be the second thing I'll show you. I'm sitting here in my shorts, so I apologize, but if I had my jeans on, right, I could put this on the pocket or a belt loop. I got this from, this part right here, I got from Small Rig. And this is the V-mount that you clip to your belt. It came just like this. I think it was $23.98, so $24. And that's how it came. You quickly put it into your, locks in. As you can see, it's all locked in. So now you can mount the FX Lion to your pants. So now you're taking the battery weight right off the camera, right? And putting it to another part of your body where you're really not going to feel it. Let's be real. You're not going to feel it down here, right? Now, in that situation, all you do is you take your battery. Actually, I could even get a longer cable. This is the cable I have. You could even get a little bit longer one just to make sure you have plenty of cable to move all around, although this is pretty close to perfect. You plug it in, okay? And the same thing, right? So say that's on my pants right now. Like I said, I'm sorry I got my shorts on, but say I had that on my pants, right? Do the same thing. You lift up your flap, and you plug it in, and there you go. Now you're ready to roll, okay? And you've got full functionality right now. Now you've got 8K60 again, and as you can see, that's nice and long. It's on your, you know, say it's on your belt loop, right? You can move the camera all around. This is like a running and gunning. Lightweight on there, like it takes it right off your, you know, the weight right off the camera. The camera's now like an R5. You move it around, you got no weight there. You know, you put your screen out, boom, 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 there you go, right? So this is another excellent setup. I still like the core better only because it fits underneath, but that's cool if you just, you know, say it's been a long week of shooting or and you're just getting tired. And, or if you already have a core, if you already have an FX Lion on hand, which I think a lot of us R5 users bought this when the R5 first came out, because this was one of the first batteries that you know, worked on it. This is a great battery, so don't get me wrong there. It's just that you don't have any other way but the V-mount to mount this battery. So if you know, you either got to rig out the V-mount with additional parts and find a way to hook it to the camera, or you can just do what I did. Get the belt clip, put it in, because this all comes in one piece. This is $23.99, 24 bucks I think it was. I think that's what it was. I think I'm right on that. I think it's 24. $23.98, I think it was, to be exact. But anyways, there you go, right? And this gives you, this is a 50 watt hour, this is a 70 watt hour. Both of them give you full functionality. So there's nothing you're missing out on the camera. My third option that I also like, and this was the second one I bought that first, and this was the second option I bought, was the battery grip. Now, believe it or not, the battery grip will give you up to 8K30, full functionality, 8K60 without autofocus like everything else. You can run, a lot of people don't realize this, you can run 8K60 with just one LP6NH battery, but you're just not going to get any autofocus or anything like that. Okay? But this was this is the Canon battery grip. This is $349. Now, you don't get anything with it, right? These batteries don't come with it. Batteries are separate, so remember that. But it does. I don't want to take this all apart because I got the dummy battery in there. I'm sure you just, you know, if you haven't, you can look it up. You know what these look like when they're together. It fits very well. The ergonomics are great. It goes into the camera. This goes into the battery. You take the door. It has an excellent place to put the battery door right here, so you won't lose it. It has a spot for you to If you, those of you who've never used the battery grip, that the battery door right here goes right here, and it locks right in place. It clicks in real nice, so that way you'll never lose your which is, I think that's a really good idea, so that way you'll never misplace your battery door. It will always be with you. It'll be right on this battery grip. You slide the battery grip up, you tighten it with right here, and it's in, and you're ready to go. Again, this will get you, I've noticed, about 2 hours and 20 to 2 hours and 30 minutes. 4K oversampled, 8K, I'm not sure, I would think around 2 hours still. You can run up to 8K 30, like I said, 8K 60. Now the difference between this and the other two is there's no way to get USB-C power delivery out of this. So that's the one, this is the most expensive out of the three. And this is the one where you cannot run any, there's no option for USB-C. So if you're somebody that wanted to run 8K 60, then I would say don't look at this option and maybe look at these. But if you're somebody 8K 30 and below is more than enough for you, and you just want that real, you know, that slim line functionality where it kind of blends right into the camera, then obviously this is the way to go. You know, this is a Canon made piece. It really does look good on the camera, and you know, it's another fine option. I don't regret this purchase at all. Now, if this had come out before, this right here, I probably would have just bought this. But I don't know, because I do like the grip too. There are times where the grip is nice, you know, because it does give you that, like I said, that just, you know, it's real, just, it blends right in. It's real slimline, you know, slim. It molds in well. This isn't bad though. You saw what this looks like. This looks bigger online, I noticed, than in person. I can tell you in person, it's not that thick. It's nice and light. To me, this is the best setup because you got everything right here in this battery, and you're gonna get like 6, 7, 8 hours, I think, on 8K or whatever it is. I know it's like 6 hours at least with 8K, 60 frames a second. Me, I haven't been able to kill the battery yet. It goes on and on. It lasts forever. I did test it out, you know, just playing around, and it lasts a long, long time. This is another good option. This is $179 for just the battery, though, right? So $179, we'll say this is 24, because I think it's $23.98. I'll just round it up to 24. That's going to bring you over $200, right? The cable, I think for these longer ones was $14. I think it was $14.98. So it's not, you know, not the end of the world. Again, this is probably the cheapest setup. But that's if you want to mount it the way, this one's the most versatile setup. And this one would probably be the second most versatile because you do still got the mount to put a plate on it. This is the only one that, if you don't use this method, and I do have another method, maybe I'll make a video about that down the road. I want to get a piece of rubber though to put on the top first when I screw it underneath, so it has a pad like you know, normal shoes do, camera shoes do, from like tripods and stuff. This one, I liked this though. I thought this is a really good idea, and this is something where I could see, like, if you were just really, you know, beat after a hard day and the weight was any little weight, you know, you're looking for anything to save you, just a little bit extra weight, this would be perfect. This would be perfect. You've already got one of these batteries. That way, it's not like it's just going to sit over there. The cables are cheap enough. You know, you get yourself a 4-foot, 5-foot cable. You got more than enough. You put this on your belt loop or your battery, on your pocket, you know, loop. Just stick it like that so it's hanging out, even on the inside. It doesn't matter. And boom. Oh, you don't have to get this, obviously. You can just throw this in your pocket. But I thought it was I liked it on the loop, you know what I mean? So I could see it, and it was on the outside, and less of a chance of it. I don't know. I like that. I like this setup. So anyways, these are the options I use to hook this back up. You just go like this. You slide it in, right? And there's your thing right there. You push this right here. And that's how you you know, release it from that plate. And that's its plate there. Now I just plugged it back in. This is now ready to go. I'll turn it on so you guys can see it. I'll put it on video. And that's what the screen looks like. See that nice screen? And that stays on the whole time. It tells you how much time you got. Like right now it's telling me I got 6 hours and 28 minutes of runtime. 6 hours and 28 minutes of runtime on this. So you can't, you know, I'm telling you, it's all day. It would be an all day thing. And that's, to me, is the perfect setup. You see how it is? It plugs in right here. I love it. 6 inches. Boom, goes right. That's the perfect length. As you guys can see, it's the perfect length. And that's the Core one. Core makes this one. The 6-inch goes right in, plugs into the outlet they have there, the barrel outlet. Boom, goes right in there. And you're 8K 30 and below, full functionality. If you need 8K 60, like I said, you just get your cable. I got to get a shorter one. This is too long. You plug it in here, and bang. Now you've got everything. Everything you need out of this camera. This is nice too, because it gives you a good place. If you want to see like Armando, how he did it with his FX3, he's got a whole video on it. And he shows himself filming around. This makes it's lightweight. It also makes a good place to put your hand if you're hand holding it. And you set it down. Hopefully you guys can see that. Look at that. You know what I mean? There's no like going forward like this and like that. And so this one and obviously these two are the ones that fit the best on the camera. This battery, again, the battery's fine. You're just gonna have to, there are a lot of videos out there of people rigging this up. Some people buy a cage. See, I didn't want all that on mine. This to me is just, this is it right here. So all right, that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to show you. Hopefully this will help somebody out that's got R5C. And yeah, hopefully this will make it so, let me see. Okay, that's my lens thing. Hopefully that will help you guys out. And that's it. All right, guys. I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.